Hello everybody, welcome to Home Movies Thanksgiving. We are here to talk about dessert. For the larger context of this video, you can head to our big, long format Thanksgiving Spectacular, which I do recommend watching. It gives you kind of the context and how all the dishes fit into each other. But you know, dessert is something that you can make regardless. You don't need to make this full meal in order to make this dessert. It's pumpkin pie. This pumpkin pie is lightly spiced, perfectly sweetened. The crust is a cookie crumble crust. I do think that crust for this pie is actually the perfect pairing and the exact thing that I was missing when considering, like, do I even like this pie? That also said, this pie is for you because you ask me every year, is there a pumpkin pie that you like? And now there is, and I hope you're happy. I know I am. Pumpkin pie is something that I have struggled with. It's like too squashy or too sweet or too soft or too mushy. I also don't prefer the like classic butter flaky crust with a pumpkin pie because I feel like, you know, pumpkin pie needs to be chilled. I think a all butter flaky crust is best sort of warm-ish unless you're talking leftovers. Like, I think you lose a lot of magic once that crust is chilled. But what I do think might do it some favors is doing like a spiced cookie crust. Traditionally, the recipe on the back of the Libby's and a lot of like allrecipes.com recipes use evaporated milk as like the ingredient. For whatever reason, I'm creeped out by evaporated milk. I always have been. I love sweetened condensed milk. Evaporated milk freaks me out. I don't know why. So I'm using heavy cream and eggs, sort of more classic custard texture. And I did want to make this into a tart, not a pie, but more than I wanted that, I want you to use the entire 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree. I don't believe in making your own pumpkin puree for this. I think that is laborious and completely unnecessary, and the product is not as good as the can of Libby's. Why can't I open this? They don't want me to have these cookies. For this crust, you could use graham crackers, you could use ginger snaps, you could use Nilla wafers, probably, and you could use Biscoff. Biscoff are sweeter than other cookie, so just be mindful. They're not like cloying or anything, but they're sweeter, and often you can only get them if you're flying Delta. But ginger snaps, these are sort of like a fancy ginger snap, but whatever. Cute. I'm obsessed with these cookies. Did you come over for one?
Thank you.
You're welcome. They're so good.
Yeah.
You do need a food processor for this if you want to grind these cookies. You can also crush them in a Ziploc bag with a rolling pin. Oh, okay. About a teaspoon of kosher salt and 6 tablespoons of melted butter. Oh, one thing I didn't do last time, I didn't spray my pie plate because I was like, oh, there's butter on the crust, I don't need to. You do need to, and I forget that every time, so spray your pie plate. It smells so good. Ginger snaps are a great cookie. The edge and the top will always kind of be crumbly, but making sure that it is like compacted in there goes a long way. It's just a more enjoyable experience to have the crust be something you want to eat anyway, i.e. a pile of cookies. 15. The thing about pumpkin pie is that as long as you have cinnamon, I think you're good. 1 15-ounce can, pumpkin puree. Brown sugar is there because I think it gives you a lot more flavor than the granulated. And the granulated is there because I think all brown sugar is almost too much flavor. So it's there to balance one another. Granulated. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, browned. Doing about a tablespoon of freshly grated ginger. And I like nutmeg. I only use nutmeg like maybe twice a year. I love it in my cream spinach, and I like it when I bake. A little bit goes a long way, which is why it's sold by like the nugget.
Isn't it like famously, like doesn't it pair like beautifully with asparagus? Is that
What?
Yeah, what's the spice that they say like activates the flavor in asparagus? I think it's a nutmeg.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Oh, really? Damn.
It says no results when you type in nutmeg.
Yeah, literally, like, what? All right, I'm whisking this together. This is the squash, sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, salt, and pepper.
And asparagus?
And there's asparagus in here, yeah. Beautiful, gorgeous. Step 1 is done. Then you make your filling, you bake it again, and then you chill it. That's sort of it. An excellent candidate for the day before, 2 days before Thanksgiving. All right, I'm gonna add the eggs. You do need the eggs and the cream for texture, but it's mostly like sweetened, spiced pumpkin. I'm pouring.
Cool.
I'm reducing the temperature of the oven to 325, and I'm gonna put it in there for probably about 45 minutes. I'm gonna check it after 30, but you want this to bake low and slow. If you bake it hot and fast, it'll souffle, it might crack, it might rise, it might fall, it might bake unevenly, it might bake hard around the center, custardy raw in the middle. Cool.
Hey Alison, can I ask you some questions?
Yes, always.
What are you most excited to cook for Thanksgiving this year?
I'm really excited about the turkey this year. I feel like it's something that I only eat once, and I really enjoy it, honestly.
And least excited about cooking?
Dessert. I never want to make dessert, but it's important.
Are place cards on your table when you host?
No, but it's a cute idea.
And what is your favorite Thanksgiving leftovers?
Stuffing crisped up in a pan with some extra butter and sometimes with an egg on it.
Okay, last question. Can you tell the audience a little bit about this episode's sponsor, Klaviyo?
Yes, Klaviyo is a online marketing tool to help you, a small business owner, a small business, reach your customers more efficiently and with more joy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. The freaking pie is ready. She's gorgeous.
Wow.
Jerome wants to see that cream whipped, and we're gonna whip it right now. I don't think you can have too much whipped cream at Thanksgiving, so I'm whipping this whole bottle. I will lightly sweeten it at the end. If you have a KitchenAid and you want to do that in the KitchenAid, do it, but I'm not gonna do it. This should take like 4 minutes. It is annoying, and it is gratifying. If you've never done it, it's sort of a miracle. And I believe it's something that everybody should do at least once in their life. All right, as it's almost done, I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar. The pumpkin pie isn't overly sweet, but it's sweet. It's a sweet pie. You know, I believe in a lightly sweetened whipped cream. I'll put a little flaky salt. And I'm not like married to this idea, but you could just like take more cookies. And like, this is like half a cookie. Okay, I'm gonna try to slice this pie. It is chilling, so it should be fine. The first slice is always annoying. But, oh frick. Okay, okay. Not perfect, but better than I thought it was going to be. So, damn, these slices are not coming out. This could be why I never make pumpkin pie. This tastes so good though, I gotta say. I also forgot to spray this. That's also why this is happening. It also might be these, I use these really fancy, it doesn't matter, I'm full of excuses. I use these really, this doesn't work. I use these really fancy ginger snaps and I don't think they work for crust. Ugh. Basically, I just want you to know that when you make this pie, it's gonna slice beautifully, you're not gonna have any issues. It does taste delicious, and I will say for anyone who held the belief that they too didn't like pumpkin pie, this is something that even I can enjoy. Or if you were the person that's been asking, nay, begging me for a pumpkin pie recipe for 5 years, you're welcome. This is for you. I'm grateful for you. I'm thankful for you. I love you. I really can't eat any more of this pie.
Cut it.